Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So you joined me today in the market town of Farnham in Surrey, and I'm actually in the grounds of Farnham Castle. So I come to the town quite a lot because I live fairly close by, but I've never actually been up into the castle, so I thought I'd bring you along, show you a few of the sights, and then just update you on what's been going on in my life recently, because I realise I haven't really told you much of what's been going on over the last few months. Been very sporadically uploading videos onto my YouTube channel, so yeah, I'll just catch you up with everything that's been happening. Although I will start by saying that these last couple of months I don't really feel like I've done a great deal. I don't know about you, but I find these early months of the year, January and February, tend to drag a little bit, and yeah, I don't necessarily feel like I'm achieving a great deal, but I'm not going to get too caught up on that. I actually heard a quote the other day, and yeah, I certainly can't tell you it word for word, and I can't even tell you who it was from, but the general idea behind it was, don't get caught up in always trying to achieve things, because being alive and living your life itself is the achievement. So I kind of hold on to those words a little bit during these months when I feel like not a lot is going on. So I've made a little list here about what I want to talk to you about, and the first thing on the list is about my work. Now, is there anything new to update you on with regards to my work? And to be honest, there isn't really. So I'm still working at a local running stock shop part-time, which I'm still enjoying. It's so far removed from what I used to do as a paramedic. There's absolutely no anxieties or worries behind the job that I do now. It's very relaxed and just nice environment to be. Whereas working on the front line as a paramedic, as you can imagine, was a bit hectic at times, and being in kind of a state of exhaustion a lot of the time never really helped as well, with the long shifts and the strange hours. So I might make a video in the future about that transition from being a paramedic, having also a bit of my identity tied up in being a paramedic perhaps, to completely dropping it and doing something completely different. Also, if you watch my last video, you'll know that I have started a newsletter. So I'm going to link all this down below in the description, so follow the link if you haven't already signed up to my newsletter. But yeah, I've started writing a bit and posting it to my email subscribers, so around the subject of mindset, resilience, and all sorts of things like that. Just enjoying the process of writing a bit more. Something I have done and sort of played around with in the past is doing some writing online, and yeah, I enjoy it, so I'd like to do a little bit more of that. So I've started that journey. And of course there is my YouTube channel, which is a hobby that I'm going to continue, and I really want to try and up the amount of videos that I put on the channel this year. Now, that is something I have said in the past, guilty, and not really followed through with, but hopefully, fingers crossed, more videos to come at more regular intervals. That leads me on to talking about my exercise. So that kind of ties into a reason behind perhaps the lack of videos on the channel. I've talked about it previously, but I have had a few issues with aches and pains, all stemming from the big operation I had in 2021, I think, to be honest with you. But in terms of exercise, I've been mainly going to the gym fairly regularly, trying to lift weights, get a bit stronger, and keep a little bit of weight on me. In the past, I've had times where I got a bit too lightweight, and I felt a little bit fragile. So I want my body to hold a little bit of weight, a little bit of muscle, just in case I have to go back and have another operation one day. I don't want to be underweight, and I want to have the strength to help that recovery as well. But also, it's just a good thing for your health, isn't it, to have a good bit of strength behind you. So I've been going to the gym. I have been hampered a little bit with sort of a neck and upper back problem, which I've talked about previously in videos. So sorry to go on about the same boring thing. Trust me, it's boring having it as well. So I have weeks where my neck and back feel good, feeling good at the moment. I'm actually going to go to the gym after my little walk around here. And then I have weeks where I just really struggle with sort of headaches and pains and neck problems. Whether I figured it out, I'm not entirely sure, but I've been doing a lot of postural corrective exercises and strengthening certain muscles which I think may have become weak. And sometimes I feel like I'm really achieving something by doing that, and then other times I think it's doing nothing. But yeah, we're just going to keep soldiering on. And the reason why that links with not producing that many YouTube videos is it is tricky some weeks to just even sit at a computer for half an hour to do anything, and making these videos can take hours and hours at times. So it hampers me there. So it's sometimes difficult not to get down about it, but I just have to take it as it comes and make the most of these weeks where I do feel good. So I've made a little note here about running as well. So I'm not actually running a great deal at the moment, which is not going to last forever. I'm going to gradually introduce the miles again. I've just taken a break, a little bit of a step back these last couple of weeks, just to concentrate on the gym and those corrective exercises. I'm working quite a bit on my core as well. So as we go into the spring, I can see myself reintroducing running into my kind of regular routine. I'd say that kind of clears up my exercise. I'm walking around a lot. I like walking. I think it's one of the best exercises you can do, to be honest. So there's always that. And I'm not running, but I'm certainly getting out and about and enjoying the outside. Now, I know a lot of you guys who subscribe to this channel want to know about my health, so I'll give you a quick update on my health as well. So it's been a few months of lots of scans and blood tests as usual, and having my 4-week lanreotide injection. So that's all been going okay. When I go into hospital, I just kind of switch off and just become almost robotic. Don't emotionally involve myself in it all that much. It's just a process that I have to go through. The MRI scans that I've been having have been a bit tricky with the neck and the back problem. Just lying flat for 45 minutes can be a bit difficult at times if I'm having a bad week with that. So yeah, we're just getting on with that. I had some results fairly recently, and the news is essentially pretty good, to be honest. The tumours I have in my liver are nice and stable at the moment. Still remain really small, so they're just monitoring me, and just regularly having these scans. I'm due for another nucleus scan again in the early summer. So yeah, we'll just see what happens with that. In my ideal world, I'd love to get those tumours removed and hopefully one day be off this lanreotide injection again. But whether that ever is in my future, I'm not sure. So we'll see. I feel pretty good in myself. Obviously, I do have these aches and pains, but otherwise, my energy level's pretty good. I'm sleeping well, and I'm able to eat most things, which is nice. So yeah, that's pretty much my health update. So doing okay, I'd say. Doing okay. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I did make a little note here to just talk about the other little things I've been doing with my time, reading, watching films. If you want a recommendation, the latest film that I really, really enjoyed is Society of Snow, which is on Netflix, which is about the plane crash in the Andes. And yes, a great survival story. Really enjoyed that. Reading wise, I am currently reading a lot of Brandon Sanderson's books, so I'm working my way through the Cosmere. If anyone knows the Cosmere, yeah, a lot of you are probably thinking what the hell's he talking about, but yeah, it's just a fantasy world built by Brandon Sanderson, and he's written I don't know, probably going on for 20 books now, I guess, on in that world. Anyway, I'm sounding like a bit of a geek, so I'm gonna move on now and wish you a good day and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in another video.